Welcome back, Mongo Fix. Well, Mongo got real good, buddy, with a 2007 GMC Acadia. If you remember, we do a couple different things on this truck. Mongo Real Good, buddy, just bought a brand new vehicle. The dealership say, we take trade-ins, and if you want, we give you $1,000 on your Acadia. Now, you may think that's a pretty good deal, but this Acadia, it only got 156,000 miles. All-wheel drive Acadia. Mongo, hate to break it to the scumbag dealership, but that worth way more than $1,000. Mongo tell good buddy that you come over, you park it out at Mongo house, and you gonna make more than $1,000, that for sure. Overall, she in pretty good shape. This car got a little bit of bubbly rust on it. Pretty normal in the rust belt. It's got one little dent scuff here, but not too bad. This is all character, and people like character in a car. Step one to selling a car is what's the market research? You gotta go online and you look at the cars that have sold, not the cars that aren't selling, the cars that have sold, and you see, what condition is it in? How many miles did it have? What type of options did it have? Was it all-wheel, front-wheel, auto headlights? Did it have the steering wheel controls? Did it have Bluetooth? Did it have a huge infotainment thing? Does it have rear gate, power lift and whatnot? Heated seats, heated mirrors? And you see what comparable in your area sold. Different areas, cars are worth different things. Out in the boondocks, cars are worth different than, say, in the big city. This one got 3-row seats, so that changes the value of the vehicle, as opposed to just 2 rows. So you got to do the market research and see what it go for. When you decide to sell a car, you got to figure out, okay, what all does it need? You got to check it out, see what type of mechanical issues you got, and compare that to your market research as well. Mongo find out that the price range for this year vehicle with similar miles, with similar damage and mechanical things, it go for between $6,000 and $7,500. So that kind of give you an idea what the value of the car's at. Step 2 of selling a car is to decide what you should fix to get the most money out. This is an important step because some things will cost a lot to fix, but you might not get a lot return on that. For example, Mongo noticed there's seat covers on this seat, so it might be, it's damaged. So we got some pretty bad stains on the seat. We got a tear in the seat. That's why they threw seat covers on it. Seat covers usually there to protect the seats. A lot of times, though, people throw a seat cover on after the damage is already done. Will putting a new seat in here affect the sale price of the vehicle? Based on, again, that market research, one in perfect condition, you might get $8,000 for. So you only get a couple $100 more if you replace the seat. Now, a brand new seat, real expensive. And a seat from the junkyard or salvage yard might only be a couple $100. Plus, you got your time to replace the seat. At the end of the day, you might have $500 into the seat, and you'll only net maybe $500. To Mongo, that's not worth it. But if you got $500 into the seat, and you net another $2,000, then it's worth putting a new seat in it. This seat is not a heated seat. It's just a regular. It's got electronic controls. The seat functions. It just doesn't look pretty. It being a 2007, it's not like a super hot, popular model. It's a good, reliable car. It's got some defects. Also not worth it to Mongo to fix this big dent. You would have thousands into repairing that dent properly, repainting, re-clear coat. Not worth it for the return you might or might not get. Once you've assessed the issues with the vehicle and determined what you should or should not replace or fix, step 3 Mongo always recommend and do is clean the car. Primarily because people don't want to buy filthy stuff. It's statistically proven people will give you more money for a clean product than a filthy product. Think about it yourself. If you were to go to the store and buy a product and it was filthy and you had to take it home and clean it, you're not going to give them as much money. But if it's clean, ready to go, ready to consume, ready to use, you'll give them more money. Before you sell your car, we're going to vacuum it out. We're going to wipe down the interior, do a basic car detail on it. You could do a full expensive one and pay for it, but again, that's up to you. The same goes for the outside of the car. You know, clean the wheels up really well. Clean all that debris. When you wash your car, it's best to do it in a shady area to alleviate the potential for, you know, soap spots and whatnot on the car. A windy day is always preferred because that way it dries faster. Get yourself some car wash soap and, you know, use the directions. This one, couple ounces for a gallon. We got a 5-gallon bucket here, so, you know, that perfect. Get some nice soapy suds going. Then you got to moisten the car first. If you didn't know, water is nature's solvent. It's the most common solvent in the world because it'll bond to just about every and anything. Just about, so don't get crazy. So moistening the car is very important. That way it can start reacting with the debris and all the junk and the dirt and the dust. Start bonding with it. Don't forget to wash the top of the car. By washing the car in the shade, the water you just sprayed on doesn't dry immediately. Gives you some time to actually suds it up. Mongo uses a great big brush, but how you decide to wash the car up to you. You can use a hand glove, a mitt, a rag, a paper towels, whatever you want. Don't forget to wash your wheels and tires. The outside of the car looking great now. Those wheels are looking just about brand new. Since the outside done, now we can move to the interior and we'll start with vacuuming out all the floors and stuff. Yeah, Mongo don't think that been vacuumed out maybe ever, or at least a really, really long time. So that way better. And now we can move on to the plastics and stuff. You notice, like, it's quite dirty right in there. But luckily, that's an easy cleanup. Mongo just uses Armor All cleaning wipes because they basic, they just for cleaning, and they pretty good for your plastics, leathers, just about any and everything. They're real good general cleaners, and you can see it picking up this old crap real quick. It's easy to do, simple to do, and there is a financial incentive to do it. When Mongo goes to buy a car, if it's filthy, Mongo give him less money. Much better. So now Mongo go around and just do all the plastic. Now underneath the hood here, some people go nuts and they'll clean all the plastic under the hood. They'll basically take a power washer and spray everything just to make it look wet and shiny. Now to Mongo's knowledge, a clean under hood of a vehicle never netted anybody more money. Big waste of time, big waste of energy, and a big waste of the products to clean it up. First off, most all your customers or people looking to buy a car, most of them don't care about what's under the hood. To them, it's a car. It goes from point A to point B. They don't care about the rest. They want to know that it works. They want to know it's in good mechanical condition. If they open the hood, they're most likely just looking for oil, because that's a major red flag that something's leaking. First, you got to get that fixed. Then you can clean the oil up. As long as it's dry like this engine bay is really dry. Yes, it's dusty. Welcome to the real world. There's dust. But there's no wet spots. There's no oil. There's no signs of leaking exhaust. Everything looks good and tight. That's it. Mongo doesn't know anybody who opened the engine bay, saw a very clean and wet engine bay, and said, boy, that's so nice, I'll give you another $1,000. Now's a good time to check the oil, and that's not terrible looking. It probably needs a change. Now, if that oil was jet black, it's a good idea to change the oil. Now, the oil change is a cheap investment. That's one of those, you know, cost you $60. But when a customer comes by to look at your car, they'll most likely look at the oil. If they happen to pull the dipstick out, if they happen to see that it's super black, and under the full mark, maybe it's got sludge on it, generally gross, that might deter their decision to buy your vehicle, or it might give them the choice of offering you less because they assume something might be wrong with the engine. Or they might say, well, your car immediately needs an oil change. That's going to cost me $100. So they're going to want to take $100 to $200 off the price, because now they got to take their time, money, and parts to do an oil change. So you might as well do that for them. Have it ready to go. Along with the oil change, Mongo recommends all the other basic maintenance stuff being done before you put a car out to sell. Most people want to know that the vehicle is clean and ready to go. Well, if it needs any maintenance done, then the car is not ready to go. So we're going to check this air filter out. It's got a whole bunch of T25 Torx bits around the air filter. And don't forget there's a hidden one right there. Mongo likes to undo this mass airflow sensor wire just to get it out the way. Mongo also likes to undo this little hose clamp here. Just a little flathead. There we go. And then lift this box top off. And that air filter looked to be in great shape. So that means that filter was recently replaced. Well, somewhat recent. And again, that means it's been taken care of. So a customer can get in with the confidence knowing they don't need to put an air filter in it. We're going to change the oil so they'll know they don't need to put an oil change in it. The car is mechanically ready to go. With the hood open, we can see there's some pine needles around there, some leaves and gunk up there on the cowl. So we're going to go ahead and vacuum that stuff up too, just to make it look nice. It's hard to get all of it, but get the most you can, the best you can. It's also a good idea, go around, make sure all the tires are up to pressure. A note on tires, do not use the pressure on the tire. This says max pressure 44 psi. That's for the tire, not the vehicle. Vehicle, the recommended tire pressure usually always inside the door jamb. That's right here, front, rear, spare. 35 psi front and rear, and the spare looks like it's a compact, so it's 60 psi. That's the pressure it should be at for the vehicle. And that's the cold tire pressure. So use this, don't use the tire. Always make sure all the lights work. Blinkers, hazards, the fog lights, headlights, tail lights, blinkers again, reverse lights. Make sure that third brake light works. Now, this car idling good. It runs really good. It drives out really nice. But if it didn't, it might need tires, balance, things like that. But this car does have an airbag issue. So something wrong, service airbag. So Mongo will have to get his one buddy over here with the scanny tool and see what that got. See what's going on there. Well, we got everything fixed up. Got the oil change done. Got the airbag thing figured out. The wheels are clean. The body's clean. The interior's clean. This car is now ready to go to the road to sell. Now, you could go to the store and buy a for sale sign. Mongo always likes to make his own, and Mongo hangs it right in the windshield so everyone sees it. Putting the price on it will cut down a lot of the calls for people looking for a super cheap vehicle. If you just put for sale, they'll call for all sorts of stuff, and then when you tell them the price, they'll just, oh, never mind. So if you put the price on it, you're more than likely going to get only serious people. Mongo is a big fan of it. Doesn't have to look pretty, but it's got to be mechanically sound. Brakes got to work, engine's got to work, transmission's got to work. Mechanically, it's all got to work, but Mongo doesn't care if it's dented, scratched, 3 different colors, whatever. And then always be sure to tell people the things that are wrong that you know are wrong. You can't predict everything. Mongo sells vehicles as is, which means it may be mechanically sound, just like this one. But someone buy it, 2,000 miles down the road, maybe a spark plug goes out, maybe a coil pack, it might have a different problem. It's a car. It's going to have things happen to it. But it's sold as is, meaning it's not Mongo's fault a spark plug went bad. That's on them. Things are going to happen. You can't predict it all, and it's not your job to make sure it's all good. It's your job to make sure it is as is, and you notify people what's wrong with it, if there's things wrong with it that you know of. It would suck to buy it and then the tranny go out, but that's a possibility with any car. Mongo knows people who bought brand new vehicles. 1,000 miles later, the tranny's junk, and that's a brand new vehicle. So it's a total luck thing. Brand new cars have problems. Used cars have problems. Brand new cars have 0 problems. Used cars have 0 problems. Mongo's bought in cars with 300,000 miles on them, put another 40,000 miles on them, and all he did was put oil and spark plugs in them. So it's totally a luck thing, but you can't take it personal. Well, hopefully this video helped you. If you got a car that you want to put up for sale and you're just not sure how, if you like this video, be sure to like this video. If you like this video and other videos from Mongo Fix, be sure to subscribe. Mongo is working on all sorts of stuff. Mongo, thank you.